Alright, today I'm going to show you see-through potato and herb crisps, and if you read the blog today, you'll read why. Very simple. We need a large russet potato, our Japanese vegetable slicer, you've heard me talk about that before, some olive oil, a nice silicone pastry brush. Don't use those bristled paintbrushes anymore. And any kind of green herb. Now you're going to peel your potato, and on your Japanese vegetable slicer, or mandolin as they're called, on the lowest setting, the thinnest setting, you want to make literally paper thin slices of potato. See, you can see my fingers through it. Remember the Seinfeld where Kramer sliced the ham so thin it was invisible? Alright, I want it just slightly bigger than invisible. And then you're going to stack them just so they don't brown. Now you'd say, hey, you big dummy, why don't you put these in water? We don't want to wash these. We don't want to wash any of the starch off, because that's going to affect the final product. Alright, so once you have your paper thin slices, and here's reason number 856 to get one of these silicone mats. It's not going to work on anything else, but I'm sure you have one by now. So arrange one layer of your see-through paper thin potato slices. Alright, so there you go. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to sandwich in between fresh herbs between the two layers of potato. Now you can't put any oil or any salt or any seasoning on this potato. It's got to be just the bare potato. So we had oil under on the pan. I'm going to put like 3 little pieces I'm using oregano here, but basil works nice, tarragon, etc. Put a piece of potato that sort of matches the size, and with your finger press out all the air, and it will stick together because of the starch. Let me turn this around here. And there you go. So hopefully when this bakes, the herbs are going to be like suspended between the layers of the potato, and it's kind of a cool thing. So there, that only took me about half an hour to do. Totally worth it. All right, it was raining outside. Okay, so now that we've sandwiched our herb, yes, we're going to take a little more olive oil, and we're going to brush the top. So oil on the bottom, oil on the top, no oil in between, no salt anywhere at this point. You can salt these later when you serve them if you want. Now, we're going to preheat our oven to 340 degrees. All right, the recipe I had said 350, and in the restaurant I think we did them actually a little lower. So I'm going to go 340. Now, 20 to 30 minutes is a suggestion. You really got to watch these. It might take longer. They might take a little less. Depends on how thin they are. But when they're done, you get basically potato chips with embedded herb in between the layers. They're kind of translucent. They're crispy. They're kind of see-through. They're interesting. Now, I wrote on the blog today, and I hope you read that, this is probably the dumbest demo I've ever done. I mean, how many people are going to make these? Like 3 in the world. But if you do make them, it is kind of a cool thing. It makes an interesting garnish. It's for foodies only. Someone will ask you, how did you get the herb in the potato? See, it's kind of the equivalent of the ship in the bottle. I used it. I garnished my tuna tataki demo with those. So anyway, kind of a pointless demo, but I always wanted to show those just in case some of you crazy foodies out there want to try it. Give it a try. It's totally not worth it. Enjoy.